Very interesting laws. Listen to this. Okay, well, I'll just read the first law in this Hilchos Beis HaBechira. It is a positive commandment to make a house to God. And this house has to be prepared in such a way to make sacrifices, animal sacrifices. And everyone goes up to this 3 times every year. All the Jewish people, like it says, Asur Migdash, make me a holy temple. This is already explained that the Mishkan, the tabernacle that Moshe Rabbeinu made in the desert temporarily, it was only temporary. Like it says, you have not come now to the place where you're supposed to be. I'll read the second law also. Since the Jews entered the land of Israel, they put this tabernacle that Moshe made in a place called Gilgal. And there it was for 14 years. 7 years it took to conquer the land. 7 years it took to divide up the land. And after they finished that, it went to Shiloh. And then in Shiloh, the walls were made from stone. Not like Moses's, that the walls were made from wood. There was no ceiling on it. There was the ceiling was skins, animal skins. How long was it in Shiloh? 369 years. 369 years. So that's 14 years it was in Gilgal. 369 years was in Shiloh. When Eli, the prophet, died, that was the whole story with Shmuel. When he died, the house, it was destroyed. Shiloh was destroyed. And it went to a place called Nov, and it was built there. Then when Shmuel, the prophet, died, it was destroyed, and it went to Gibeon. And it was built there. So 4 places it was built. It was built in Gilgal, 14 years, Shiloh, 369 years, and then Nob and Gibeon. Gibeon, after that, was built. King David died. King Solomon built the Holy Temple. Wait, just 1 second, one minute. My wife is going up to my son. Okay. After that, okay, so all together, if you count all this all together, it was 440 years. 440 years was from the time that the Jews entered the land of Israel until the first temple was built by King Solomon. And 369 of those years was in Shiloh. And the last 2 places, was 57 years. Okay, now I want to skip over. We'll do these laws. We'll go back to it because now it's talking about all the details. How big were the different tables and where everything was and where the altar was. But let's go. The main thing, what did the Rambam say? The main thing of the Holy Temple was the sacrifices. Now there's other opinions that say, no, the main thing of the Holy Temple was the Holy of Holies, where the Ark was. But the Rambam says the main thing was of course that was important, but the Rambam says the main thing was the sacrifices. So let's see here, look at this. 2nd chapter, very interesting. The altar, the big altar on the outside that was in front of the Holy and the Holy of Holies, right? And the Holy of Holies was just the ark with the tablets in it. And in front of that was also a room that was called the Holy, Kodesh. And there was in the middle, front middle, there was a small golden altar that they would offer up incense on. On the left was the menorah, the candelabra, and the Rambam has a different opinion about how it was facing than everybody else. But then on the left side, And on the right side was a table with shelves on it. What do you call it? 6 shelves, 6 on one side and 6 on the other side. So it ended up being 12 for the 12 loaves of bread, lechem apanim, face bread, that was changed once a week. Okay, but now let's go to the big altar. This is really interesting. The big altar was very, very exact. You can never move this place forever. Like it says, Ze mizbeach la'olah l'Yisrael. Like it says in the book of Chronicles, this is the altar for all of the offerings. In the Mikdash, this was for the Jewish people, and in the base of Mikdash, right? Okay, now, on this altar, on this exact place, this is where Yitzchak was brought to sacrifice by Abraham. Like it says, Eretz HaMoriah, Lech Lechal Eretz HaMoriah, and it says in the book of Chronicles, Vayachal Shlomo livenot et Beit Hashem beYerushalayim b'Har HaMoriah. So the same place that Abraham brought his son to make a sacrifice, that's where the Holy Temple was. So we see the main thing of the Holy Temple was this self-sacrifice. That's what we've been learning in all the Maimorim, the Sichos. Beit. It has been handed down from the days of yore and into all of the rabbis. We're going to learn about this now from the Rambam, that the place where King David and Solomon, David made the plans and Solomon built the Mizbeach, it was a place called the Goron Aravna. This was the place where Avram built his altar, where he sacrificed Yitzchak. He brought him to Yitzchak. He bound up Yitzchak. This is before Avram. This is where Noach built his altar when he came out of the ark. Before that, this was the place that Cain and Hevel made their sacrifices, and God did not accept the one of Cain, only accepted Hevel. Cain got angry and he killed him. This is the place where Adam, the first man, made his sacrifice, his korban, when he was created. It says the land from which he was created, that was this land of where the altar was built. That's why the rabbis say, Adam mimakom kaparato nivra. Man was created from the place from which he would get forgiveness. So we see that this is the oldest, most ancient place in the world. There's no place more than that. This came before the dinosaurs and all the other stuff. The dinosaurs were millions of years old according to science, but not according to reality. Right? According to the measurements of science, if they would have measured how old Adam was the first second he was created, according to the the qualifications of science, he was 20 years old. First second of. So if so, we see an amazing thing that the altar, the whole essence of the world, was built on this place where Adam was created from, where Adam brought his sacrifices there also. Cain brought his sacrifices, Cain and Hevel. Noah brought his sacrifices, Noah brought his sacrifices. So amazing. Let's do base. Gimel. The measurement of the altar was exactly very precise, and the shape of the altar had to be known from one person to the other. We'll see what it was. It was built like in layers. The Mizbeach that was built by the just one second. That's right. The altar that was built in the second temple, the Bnei Agola, the Jews that came back from the exile in Babylon, is something like what's going to be in the third temple. This is very exact, and it should not be changed, the measurements. 3 prophets came up from Babylon when the second temple was being built. The first temple was built by King Solomon. God told him exactly what to do. The second temple was built with Nehemiah, Ezra, but also 3 prophets came up from Babylon. One told them where the Mizbeach was supposed to be built. Exactly. Prophecy. One of them told what exactly the measurements it should be. And another one of the prophets, who are these 3 prophets, by the way? Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. And one of them prophesied and said that you can sacrifice sacrifices on it. God okays it. And you're allowed to sacrifice there on this place of the Mizbeach, even if there is no Beit HaMikdash. That's what some people say. And some people mistakenly say we can go and make sacrifices. Nowadays, don't try it. The altar that Moshe Rabbeinu made, this is the 5th law, the altar that Moshe Rabbeinu made, and also the one that King Solomon made, and also the ones that the Ezra and those others came when they came up from Babylon, and the altar that's going to be made by the Mashiach, all of them are 10 amas high. Now, how high is an amma? Differing opinions, but generally speaking, it's 1.5 feet. So it's about 15 feet tall, which means about 1.5 stories, a building. That's what it says in the Torah. It says in the Torah you should build it 3 amas high. This is talking about only the Makam Maracha. This is only talking about the top part, but it was built, like I said, in layers. It says the altar that was made by the Jews that came from Babylon, and also the one that's going to be in the third temple, because the Rambam just finished saying that the third temple is going to be very similar to the second one. This third, so it's going to have an altar, and its measurements will be 32 amas on by 32 amas. Good. That's just some of what we learned. And next week, God willing, we'll start from the beginning and we'll learn some of the laws of the Holy Temple, the size of it, and the different vessels that were in it, and etc. So I don't know if I should tell you a story. I mean, I just